start sanitizing the stuff that I need for brewing, and just very quickly go through what some of those bits and pieces are. So I've got some tubing here, and this goes to my racking cane. My racking cane is 2 parts, and it just acts as a siphon, and it's a much easier way to transfer hot liquids, and you get a lot less mess by doing it with a racking cane. This one's got like a filtery bit at the bottom of it, so you get much less like build up of hops and dead yeast and stuff like that. So I'm going to be using this. Got a big old spoon for stirring things, and I've got my brew bucket and the lid, and I have an airlock. I've just got a 3-piece airlock, which is a little different from if you've seen my winemaking videos, the S locks. So these are 3-piece locks because they're made up of 3 pieces, 1, 2, and 3. So a really quick and easy way to sanitize your stuff is, number 1, try and keep things clean. When you've used them, clean them up right afterwards. And number 2, you know, give everything a really good clean out with some hot soapy water first, just as you would with, you know, washing up the dishes and things. And that's what we're going to do first of all. So I'm just going to take things apart, stick it in the brew bucket. It's a lot easier. Get some normal dish soap. If you can help it, don't bother with the stuff that's heavily scented or it's got moisturizers and stuff like that for your hands. You don't want it for brewing or cleaning your brewing equipment anyway. So I've got some hot water. Brush. Let's just get scrubbing. Pull everything out so I can kind of clean it individually. Important to really rinse your brewing equipment well. You're going to make sure that you've not got any chemical buildup. You're also going to make sure that the fragrances and stuff that they're using in the dish soaps and stuff don't end up as part of your beer. Can't stress that enough. using the brush to really get in and around this lid. Sometimes if you've got a very vigorous yeast, you're going to get yeast and stuff that comes all the way up to the lid and sometimes out. So just make sure that you are really thoroughly cleaning the whole thing, because if anything does escape and then it drips back in, and whatever was kind of setting up a home on your kit is going to end up in your beer. I kind of feel like I'm just sort of videoing you guys watching me wash dishes at the moment. It's kind of... Now I'm going to pop there. That's blow off tube just in case. Clean up a bit. So in here I've still got some tubing, so make sure that you get the liquid moving through it. Excellent. Go through. Let's pull this stuff out. Wipe the outside as well, which is nice and clean. See, this one's from Northern Brewer. I've had this brew bucket 4 years now. And I've done quite a lot of beers in this. You can use these brew buckets for your primary and secondary fermentations. They're definitely going to be cheaper than the glass carboys and stuff. They're easier to clean, but you know, I find that you'll get like build-up of flavours and stuff if you've got a particularly strong beer and stuff in there, which I don't really like, so I use glass. I'm just rinsing this out. so. Okay. Just clean the airlocks and things. That's rinsed out the tubing really well. That was a little bit too hot for me. Let's pull it down. All I'm doing is running water through this tubing so it's going to be nice and clean. Alright. So, once you've done essentially the dishes, the next thing is to sanitize your stuff. So as I've said before in all of my brewing videos so far, or most of them, we use Starsan. It's a acid sanitizer, it does surface sanitation, it does not require rinsing off. Great, don't need to worry about an extra step of rinsing. 1 ounce of this stuff is enough for 5 gallons. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put enough in here and fill up this brew bucket, and then I'm going to put all these bits and pieces into the brew bucket to sanitize. Super easy. I'm going to put the tubing in while we do that. I'm just pushing the tubing down in here so it's going to actually fill up with the sanitizing solution. Whilst I'm filling this up, on the other side I'm going to spray the lid with the sanitizer. So I've got some just in a little spray bottle. Both sides sanitizing. Because I tell you now, when you've gone to all the effort of making your own beer and it tastes terrible, you will sanitize better next time. Sanitizing through the racking cane. You can get this one. Nearly there. Didn't quite put enough in. Oops. Oh, I didn't put half an ounce in. Right. So, the good thing is, whilst your brew kit and stuff is sat in the bucket sanitizing, you can move on to actually doing the steeping of the grains or the mashing if you're doing a all grain kit, and you can just leave this sitting like the whole time that it's doing the boil, which is usually 60 minutes. So you've got an hour and a half of sanitization that you're not having to worry about because you're too busy doing all the other stuff with brewing. So get your sanitizing stuff done first and then you can enjoy the brewing process.